Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott and I am here trying to show you oh, there we go. Okay, trying to focus. Here we go. I'm feeling rusty on these videos. Oh, I'm getting back to them. And I really appreciate a couple of you chimed in on YouTube and told me that you were on the verge of unsubscribing because of all the family videos. And I am done with those on this channel. So I might pick up with them on a different channel, but this is for scrapbooking, for real. So this is the sketch that I'm going to work with today. I was over at Two Peas in a Bucket, and I saw that Citrus Twist Kits is having a design team call, or a creative team call. And today, which is November 25th, 2013, is the last day to apply. So you still have time. But I don't think I'm going to be applying, but I thought it might be fun to play with one of their kits, or one of their sketches. So this is the sketch that I'm going to be working with. It has two photographs in portrait size. One is cropped down a little more than the other. This was the example, and so because I know that my phone is kind of going to go, it goes to like the, what do you call it, screensaver. I'm just going to draw this so I don't forget what it looks like. And because I'm also not near a printer, so it's going to look like, oops, I have my camera set up a little bit differently today, so it's a little bit, I keep putting things in the wrong place. So we've got a little something like that, a little something like that, and then we've got one photo, a little photo, title, and now we've got all this going this way, some arrows over here, some embellishments up there. Okay, then we also have like a, whoops, no, I don't want to talk to you, Siri. Siri! No, Siri. Siri. Citrus Twist Kits. No, not a tryst with the kids. Citrus Twist Kits. Yes? Oh gosh, it's not getting me back there. Citrus Twist Kits. Here we go. I'm sorry. So I am a scrapbooker who does these process videos in real time, and so my videos are not always flawless. In fact, most of the time they're not flawless, which is just fine with me. I hope it's fine with you. If it's not, then you might be amongst the, oh my gosh, we gotta unsubscribe from this girl. But I hope that you, basically that's the sketch. So, but if you look on Citrus Twist Kits, you'll see a better version of that sketch. So I'm just going to put that out of the way. The first thing I'm going to do is pick my photos. But I did want to tell you, I'm Katie Scott. I'm a scrapbooker. I love scrapbooking. And one of the things I'm real passionate about in scrapbooking is that it doesn't have to take a long time. So when I make these videos, I think it's important for me to really show that you can make videos in a short amount of time. So this is one choice. Before I can crop that down a little. And my son was just in here earlier looking at these, and he was like, oh, I miss Daisy. Daisy was our pet duck. And she found a duck family, and she lived happily ever after, for real. But we basically raised her, and we really miss her. She was the snuggliest duck you've ever seen. In the movie Rapunzel, there's the bar in the movie Rapunzel. It's called the Snuggly Duck. So that could be a title for this page. So here's the first part that I've done is the I've figured out the photos. They're not exactly like this sketch, but that's okay. One of the reasons I like to use sketches is that then I can go off on tangents from the sketch. I have a bunch of papers just right close handy here, And I'm just gonna try not to spill my coffee. Which I haven't had enough of yet today. And I've been keeping my paper in this thing. It's like a, I don't know, an organizer that you get from the, I think I got it at TJ Maxx or something like that. And I can just thumb through my papers real easily, so I really like that. So what I'm looking for is, I need a background, whoops, I need the background paper, and then I need a square, and then I need some strips. So, let's see. And I'm thinking, what's going to be the color scheme? I'm really not sure. Sometimes it's helpful to just lay your photos over a color to see if the color works. Or if you know you have a particular line that you want to work with, that's a good way to do it. I really think these, I'll just, I don't know if this really goes or not. I think it goes well enough. This is just a paper pad, and I believe I got this at Hot Buy. I want to say I probably got it at Michael's, and so it's American Crafts, but I think it's probably an Amy Tangerine line. And so first off, I'm going to get the background paper, and I'm leaning towards some kind of a neutral, but not the one with the camera or the one with the giant sun. Gosh, that's really big, right? It'd be cute if you covered up the sun, I guess. I don't know, it just seems super busy, that page. I'm sure there's a great way of handling that. But that's not our lesson for today. Okay, I have this ombre. I like that. I like it because there's a channel marker that washed up on the island near our house that I found, and it's been in our backyard. It's just like a decoration, and I kind of like the pink makes me focus on his face. Okay, so I've selected that. The next thing I really want to look at is in the sketch, there's like a square that goes around the photos. So there's actually like a couple, like layered squares. On the Citrus Twist Kit blog, it looks like somebody used just a brown bag for that space, but I think I'm going to stick with pattern paper. I'm going to get my 6x6 sheets, I think. I'll just grab a couple packs. I didn't even look. I just grabbed a couple packs. I seriously did not even look. So, let us see. Don't think I want to go green. Don't think I want to go with the blue. I kind of like the idea of this color, the flowers, because I think it will draw attention to the brownness of Daisy, the duck. So, but I almost think I need a bigger piece that's going to go over this whole bit. I think the photos in the sketch, on the blog where they've interpreted this sketch, they didn't even they didn't use two photos. They used one, and so it looks like they interpreted two. I don't think I like that color. I kind of like this, maybe the brown here, the darker brown. And this, what I want to do with this one is cut it so that it's probably 8x8 or 7x7, something larger than that. Let's try 8x8 first. Here we go. So here's our 8x8. Just listening to the noise that's going on in my house downstairs. Okay. I kind of like that. Okay, so this is going to go maybe like this. Okay, and I adhere to this concept of pick it and stick it, but I think I'm not ready to stick it yet. So I know that I want some lines going across the page, and let me just look at my scraps for that, because to cut like an 8x8, I will go to a new piece of paper for that. But if I just need a strip, I've got this whole scrap bin that I can look to see. And so what the colors that I have so far on the layout are brown, red, yellow, and a tiny bit of green. So the tiny bit of green could be an option. Honestly, I don't think I like this, what do you call it? The bin that I have. It's not very accessible. Like, it seems like a good idea, but I never use it. So when that's happening, it's a good idea to probably like nix it. Okay, I think what I don't like about that is it really removes all that ombre, and I really don't like my bin. I've just decided I'm getting rid of the bin. It's not as pretty as I thought it would be, and I don't really use it the way I thought I would, so it's gonna go. I was so inspired by there's a scrapbooker named Wilna Furstenberg who is on the 2 Peas in a Bucket design team, and she did a tour of her scrapbook room, and it was seriously so pretty that I was like, oh, that gives me a lot of inspiration. Okay, there's this that could work. Just as kind of a neutral, or change my mind again. I could go back to this little thing. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, there's the green that I was kind of wanting and looking for, and I think I'm going to cut that into maybe like 3x3. And I'm going to cut this in half because I know that I won't need the full 6 to go across. So I can just do something like this. Okay. So I think I want that a little bit lower. Like that. Okay, so now I'm at a point where I pretty much like the way that this is looking so far. It's going to need embellishment and title and journaling, but for the most part, I think that I can change the lighting just a little bit. I think you're a little too exposed. I think that's a little better. So I'm just going to adhere these down, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Good. Let's see. So sometimes I'm kind of tempted to apply to those design team calls, but I never really do. I don't know why. Because it would be cool to get free product, right? And I actually think that I would enjoy working with the kids, but I've never subscribed to a kit. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like they probably pull from their existing members, I would guess. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll get full of energy today and submit one. Probably not. But I am on the creative team at Get It Scrapped, and I love it over there. There's a great forum and a great gallery, and the classes are really well thought out and content rich, and they have like for each teacher at the Masterful Scrapbook Design, they have they'll have 2 interviews. So one of the interviews will be just an actual interview, and then the other one will be where you can, like, the students can submit their layouts and get critique from the teacher. So it's really cool. It's just a different, like, it's a format I haven't really seen elsewhere. And everybody there is very friendly, but very thoughtful too. It's like a smart scrapbooker kind of a place. Not that other people aren't smart, but it's just very thoughtful, the whole thing. Really love it. So did I already talk about how I'm not going to do my family scrapbook things here? And I'm not even sure that, like, I always think, oh, wouldn't it be great if we had home movies? But I'll tell you, as soon as my husband, like, drags out the home movies that he's made, I always, like, they're so long. And so I thought I was doing a great job of being more brief. But mine were so long too, and not only that, like, they were kind of boring. So I think if you're going to do a video scrapbook, you really have to commit to that editing time. And that's probably something I just don't really want to commit to. Like, I'm not that interested in spending a ton of time editing. And I think to make a video scrapbook effective and interesting, you've got to spend time editing. So, I think what I'm going to do going forward is probably try to do more videos than I've been doing, which, like, from the last week you would think I do them all the time, but I really don't. It was just kind of an experiment over this last week. But I do think that, you know, more videos for my family would be good, but it's not an everyday kind of a thing. And I'm going to create a different channel. So I won't make all of my YouTube subscribers, like, run in horror. Like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Please make her stop. I get it. I totally get it. Because I don't think I would, if I was watching a YouTube channel because I for scrapbooking videos, and then the person started just, you know, here's my day-to-day life. I mean, it's somewhat interesting, but not really, right? So I get it. So I was real happy that a few people chimed in and told me I was on the verge of unsubscribing, but I stuck in there. And so I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for staying. And if you left and you came back, welcome back. And if you've never been here before, welcome. I'm Katie Scott, and I make Scrapbook Process videos, and I do them in real time, so I don't fast forward them. You basically, like, and I don't pre-plan the layouts for the most part. Sometimes I'll plan them out a little bit, but I don't. I just hit play and start scrapbooking, and you see what I actually make during the time. Sometimes I'll add a few finishing touches, like with the last video I did. It was about the Taylor Swift concert. I added some embroidery floss after the fact, and it didn't take that long, and I did it while we were watching TV as a family, and it didn't bother anybody. That's the other thing with the videos, is I think my family was a little bit bugged. They already think I take too many photos, so to add video on top of that, and they were just like, what are you doing? Please stop with the cameras, you're killing us. So, yeah, it was a fun experiment. It's fun to try new things. It is. I think it's good for you. Okay, so now is the time where I'm going to try to start figuring out more layers, and I really like this, having a little pack here because everything is going to naturally coordinate. Now the two larger papers I didn't choose from this 6x6 pad, which is crepe paper random. So that's perfect, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Randomness. Let me just see. I don't even remember what I was saying now. That's how random I am. Okay. So I like the number of papers I have now. I think there's enough to get your eye going around the page. Now I'm thinking, I think I could add like lots more layers of pattern paper, but I think there's enough there to be visually interesting. So let me just get these down and then see how it looks. You know what I'm not good at is keeping all this in the middle small. You know, some sketches, they'll just stay very light and airy, and I just tend to add like heavier colors, I guess. I wonder if that has anything to do with my diet, because I right now had an injury earlier this year and I wasn't able to exercise for a while, and I am able to exercise again now, but it's really like I put on 20 pounds and I really do feel very heavy. So this is where we are right now with this. There's the base of the page, and so now the pattern papers I have don't really need any more, so I'm just going to put those out of my way. And the next thing that I'm kind of thinking about is the title. And I have a drawer right next to my scrapbook space, or next to this table, that is full of thickers. So what I do with the thicker packages is, off the top right here, and then you can slide out your thickers and then they slide back in pretty easily and everything stays in there, and I can still clip it up. Like I can just put the clip right there and it's still fine, but I just don't need this. Yeah, but I do get my thickers at TJ Maxx for $1.49. I have so many thickers. Well, not so many, but I have a lot of thickers. Okay, so the name of this page is, the title is going to be I Still Miss Daisy, and so I want Daisy to be in large letters. And I think I'll start with the Y because I don't want it to go, I don't want the title to go beyond this part of the picture, so I'm going to work this way. Whenever I spell things backwards, I usually will write it out because it's really easy to misspell things even if you know how they're spelled, or leave out a letter. I've done that before. So if you write it down, it's a little bit easier. But I think I got this without writing it down, Daisy. And so I don't really like the way that looks because I don't think that this is showing up enough. So one thing I do to fix that is I will use Copics to change the color of the letter. And I just have a few Copics. I don't have all the colors of the rainbow, but I have some, and I'm going to try the green just to make it a darker green. So I'm going to pick the thicker side of that, and I'm just going to color in the X and see, or the Z, And I think that's going to do what I want it to do. Because I think it will tie in with this color green. And I think we'll be able to see it better. Let's give it a try. And so I just do this while the thickers are already on the page. And if I hated that, I could take that Y off, but I think that's going to do exactly what I wanted it to. Is just make those letters easier to see. And Copics, like if you're a scrapbooker, you probably already know this, but you can basically, they're alcohol ink markers, and I've had these Copics, I won them from Simple Scrapbooks magazine, and they went out of business in 2009, and I think I won them, I don't know, maybe 2006, 2007, like a long time ago, and it's 2013 now, and they are just fine. And I primarily use them to change the colors of my embellishments. So I have, what I was sent with the free pack was like a bunch of different colors. So this is what they look like. If you were going to be coloring in stamped images and you wanted to shade things, this would not be a great collection of Copics. But because I just want to change colors of things, it's perfect for me. So thank you, Simple Scrapbooks. That was like the most awesome thing. And those markers are pretty expensive, so it's nice to have won them. I'm glad I did. Okay, so I like the way that looks with the daisy. I think it really coordinates there. And now I just need some smaller stickers that I want to write, Mom, I still miss Daisy. Have these gold letters, which I think kind of work, or they're a little bit bigger than I would like. Let's just see if I can cut them down just a little bit. And then that way it'll kind of, like I know gold is trendy right now, but it just seems like a lot of gold. And I don't know where these letters came from. They feel like office supply to me. But I really don't know. I don't know where they came from. I do, and so I'm going to do the same thing where I don't want my, like I don't mind if my title goes more this way, but I want it, on this page I want it to be right aligned, so I'm going to start backwards. Just trimming down these letters, stickers. And so I hope that you're scrapbooking along with me. These aren't the kind of videos I think that are interesting to just watch, unless you're maybe recuperating from something and don't have that much mental energy to watch anything. But I would encourage you to scrapbook along with me. So like either do the same sketch, or and I don't always use a sketch, but I do like using a sketch. I post most of my layouts on my blog, and then sometimes I'll post over at 2Ps, and sometimes I will, well, I try to, most of the time, post anything that any of my scrapbook layouts, then I post to a Pinterest board called Productivity, my own layouts, so I can look and see what I've done in one easy place with like not a lot of stuff in between, because I can't really get that effect on my blog. And I don't even, on my computer, I don't keep, like I have a file on the computer called like 2013 scrapbooking, but the problem with that is like it's the unedited photos of the layouts, it's the detail shots, it's not just the finished versions of the so he said, Mom, I still miss Daisy. So still is going to be my next word here. But I like Pinterest for keeping track of my own layouts, as well as a bazillion other things. But it's just a nice, easy reference if I want to find a layout that I've done in the past. And then it will, like say I'm looking for something on my own blog and I can go to that board, then if I double click on it, it'll bring me to the blog post that I'm looking for. That doesn't happen very often. I just like to see the blur of all of them, to see like what I've been doing lately. Because my style, and probably your style too, it changes over, like things change, and sometimes you don't really notice what's changing as it's changing. You know, you have to kind of get that helicopter view of it to see what's going on. I don't know where those letters came from. They're pretty cute though. And there's a ton of sheets of them. That's the one lucky thing that I have, is here in St. Petersburg we have a store called Whimsidoodle, and they have these scrapbooking yard sales. And I have gotten the most amazing deals some of those yard sales. Not that I need a whole lot of more stuff, but I really do get so many deals. But I did start purging, like seriously purging this year. I got rid of 12 inches of 12 by 12 paper, and I gave it to the people that I work with and to the school after they were, like after the girls that I work with were done with what they wanted. I brought the rest of it over to the school. I still miss Daisy. And I have a box here in my scrapbooking room where I can put donations. And so I don't do that like every single day, but occasionally I'll just go through and toss. Mom, I still miss Daisy. Okay. But it's good to get rid of things that you're really, not going to use again. Like I have, for example, my old Sizzix. Is that what it's called? Sizzix, like the red one with the red handle where you can make die cuts. And I haven't gotten rid of the actual machine, but I went to the CHA in 2009 when it was here in Florida, and Sizzix gave everyone that went, like as part of the goodie bag or the press kit, or I don't remember how I got it. It was in some kind of kit. Like a die cut, a big die cut of a teddy bear. I've never used it, and I don't think I ever will. It's cute, but it's not for me. So even though, my kids loved teddy bears and we went through a whole teddy bear phase, that's one that definitely needs to go in the donate box. Except for that, it seems like I couldn't really give it to people that don't scrapbook already, or even to school, unless I was going to give over the machine to, which I'm not quite prepared to do. But those scrapbooking yard sales, I can bring that stuff down there and just basically give it away. Somebody gave me one of those big shots at one of the last ones. I need to use it more. Okay, so these are going back up there. And I'm using my Clip It Up now. So I have, let's see. Okay, I have these things that I think work color-wise. They don't really work with the sketch. They kind of do. Let's see what they look like. And also they're, what are they called? Chipboard grease. Chipboard. But they're kind of like flourishes, like flying away, because Daisy flew away after she learned how to fly. And so, let me just see if I can get these to look good somehow on this layout. They are, like the glitter seems to be coming off. I got these, I think, at Joann's, and I think they were like $1. I can't tell if this looks ridiculous or not. It might. I think I want to like tuck this under. I can't tell if they're green or aqua. Like in some light they look green and in other light they look aqua. That's too big. Okay, because I've played with these for so long, I feel like it does look just slightly ridiculous though. Like it sort of feels like it's coming out of his head, which I don't necessarily want it to do. Whoops. One on the floor. But I was talking about this last night, and one great thing about doing these videos is that you can really start to tell what your scrapbook page looks like by not just looking at the page, but I look up at the screen, which is in this case my iPad, to see how that looks. I don't think it looks perfect, but I think it's some embellishment, so I haven't stuck it down yet, but it's probably going to get stuck down. Just because at this point I've been talking for a long time, and I'm kind of tired of doing this layout, and what I should probably do with these is set these aside, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Because here's the thing. Here's the one thing about, the creative process is you really do need to listen to your gut a little. Sometimes it's good to push through. But if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, I'm just a little tired, like maybe I need to go do my workout instead, I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is my in progress. I will finish this up, and then I will add some more embellishment to it, most likely, and some journaling, and then this will go up on the blog. But this was a good start. This was the sketch. You can find it at Citrus Twist Kit Club blog. And if you're so motivated, they're having a design team entry process right now. The deadline is today, so get on that. Okay, thanks, scrapbookers. I'll talk to you later.